A case of the song being bigger than the artist, Dutch native Natalie La Rose unfortunately met the same fate when her mass dance hit Somebody had the sizzling summer of 2015 on lock. She'd release a second semi-hit before seeming to have faded away into obscurity altogether. You may assume label troubles to be largely at play, but some seem to believe an even bigger conspiracy. More specifically and wildly enough relating back to R&B princess Aaliyah Dana Haughton, and the idealization that perhaps Natalie La Rose is actually Babygirl herself taking on her new role. If you recall people shouting, "I wanna dance with somebody," circa 2015, you may have thought they were singing one of Whitney Houston's greatest hits, but in fact they were belting the words to newcomer Natalie La Rose's rising pop bop, Somebody, featuring another rising artist at the time, Jeremiah. The song was massive, and whether you vibed to it or thought it was one big repetitiveness irritation that boosted Natalie's career to new heights, something she'd been striving for since she stepped foot in the US in 2010. But before Natalie La Rose was touring with the likes of Fifth Harmony and Flo Rida, she was competing in dance competitions after graduating at the Lucia Martha's Dance Academy, over in her birth country of the Netherlands. Born to Surinamese parents, contrary to popular belief, she is not of Latin descent, but a mixture of Caribbean, African, Dutch, Native American, and Jewish. Dance was something Natalie had always been passionate about, and with her parents' support, she'd go on to partake in several dance competitions, winning scholarships. One being with Nike, where her reward was a 5-day stay in the warm streets of LA. Once Natalie got a taste of that LA weather, she was hooked and knew that being an entertainer was something she wanted to do in the long run. Getting to the level she'd yearned for was the only thing she set her focus on, and knew that her homeland of Amsterdam just wasn't the place to be in order to turn her dreams into her reality. LA, however, was the perfect move, and with that being said, she'd uproot and settle in California at just the age of 20, all by herself. No connections, no associates, no nothing, except a dream and her family's support. Her drive for the arts, and of course, a pretty face and kind personality never hurt, helped Natalie sneak backstage at an ESPY Awards after-party that the rapper Flo Rida just so happened to be performing at. But before she met him, she continued her auditioning, dancing, and performing for several artists on stage and in music videos, including one for Flo Rida's featured song, Dancing With Me. Although the two never actually officially met until that night backstage at the ESPYs, the music video being shot separately and being put together via editing, Natalie thought this would be a great segue into a more thorough conversation with her future boss. After sprinkling her charm on Flo Rida, he was impressed by her charismatic personality and overall confidence, inviting her to his studio, where he was currently recording his hit song, Wild Ones. Natalie, of course, took him up on his offer and proceeded to show Flo Rida her dance videos, music, and even helped him write some music. Next thing she knew, she was touring with Flo around the world as his lead vocalist and living her best life. Before she bumped into her future boss, she also was the lead dancer in Lloyd's Dedication to My Ex, Miss That music video. Needless to say, Natalie had been working and striving to make her goals work, which had come to fruition by 2013 after signing a deal with Republic Records as well as Flo Rida's own label, IMG. Natalie was now officially a signed artist and couldn't wait to do all that she knew she could. Continuing shows with Flo Rida and opening for acts like the girl group Fifth Harmony on their Summer Reflection Tour. Then came the release of the hit that had skyrocketed her career to the next level that Natalie calls a blessing and a curse. In January of 2015, her debut single Somebody was released, and the easy on the ears, fun dance tune became an instant hit, peaking at number 2 on the UK charts and number 10 on Billboard's Hot 100. The song was cute to say the least, sampling Whitney Houston's I Wanna Dance with Somebody. And in the music video, Natalie got to show off some of her dance skills. The featured Jeremiah collab also boosted the song's play, given that Jeremiah himself was hot on the scene during that time. Her second release, Around the World, featuring another big artist at the time, Fetty Wap, however, didn't create the same buzz her first one did. In fact, most people didn't pay much attention to it by any means. While Somebody introduced us to Natalie and gave an urban pop edge, Around the World played off of Flo Rida's signature dance electronic sound, and well, people were just not here for it. In other words, Around the World didn't do what Somebody did, and the song was passable. After the release of her second single, Natalie La Rose appeared to have dipped, never to be seen in the mainstream light again. And while she was out and about doing God knows what, the internet was acting out as per usual and came up with a theory involving Natalie La Rose and Babygirl herself, Aaliyah Haughton. As we all know, Aaliyah passed away in 2001 following a disastrous plane crash that killed her and everybody else on board. But some fans seem to genuinely believe that not only did Aaliyah not pass away, but that she was actually a character played by none other than Natalie La Rose herself. When the Aaliyah character was killed off, Natalie, her real name, finally got to live her life out of the spotlight before deciding to give music a go once more, this time as her true self. But wait, the conspiracy gets even crazier. Despite their similarities in appearance, obviously Natalie is a fantastic dancer with a petite frame, something Aaliyah was known for. Natalie slips in and out of a Dutch accent, but some seem to think the two, or one, even sound eerily similar when compared. Another reference out of the Natalie La Rose is really Aaliyah Dana Haughton conspiracy bowl is a clip of someone supposedly calling Aaliyah Natalie, and Aaliyah actually answering to that name, and their biggest proof of all, the fact that Natalie La Rose was actually signed to Blackground Records for some time, which, as you may already know, is the label owned by Barry Hankerson, aka Aaliyah's uncle, and the exact same label Aaliyah herself had been signed to. Honestly, not many people seem to pay any mind to Natalie's disappearance until she reappeared as of late and had the folks wondering, "Bella, where you been, loca?" Well, as expected, label trouble was the main suspect behind the derailing of Natalie's music career. When Somebody launched, Natalie, although secured with enough momentum, just didn't have a sturdy enough foundation or enough fandom support to maintain that level of success. Wrong timing had also been a contributor to her disappearance, and all in all, Natalie just didn't align with the team needed to secure her position in the industry, which, as we all know, is the most important attribute. It wouldn't be till May of this year that Natalie had actually come out of hiding, releasing her newest single, Tables, under Global Sound Entertainment, indicating that her and Flo Rida, as well as Republic Records, severed ties. And this wouldn't be the first time that an artist has had issues with the dude with the state for a rap name. Several years ago, the artist Black exposed Flo Rida for lack of pay while signed to his label. Black claimed to not have been paid for a single show he's done over the course of 4 years while being an IMG artist, and only saw some coins if he'd asked for a meal or something of the sort. Tables may be her first song released in over 7 years, but she's been working on music throughout the years and now even works part-time as a DJ. Now, about that Aaliyah conspiracy. Natalie has actually addressed the Aaliyah comparisons during an interview with the Singers Room website, and even duetted with a user on TikTok who alleged that her and Aaliyah were the same person. Also, if you go on her personal social media, you're sure to find multiple comments addressing her as such. All we can say, as stated before and will forever be stated as long as the interweb is up and running, the internet is truly a wild place. But we like to know your opinion, so don't be afraid to share your thoughts down below in the comments. and stay tuned for more true celebrity stories.